Grand Rising family. Great seeing everyone here. Thank you for coming in, checking out this video. I want to talk a little bit about some things that are how you can see how the spirit is moving. But Grand Rising, this is Big Judah coming to you guys from California. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about a little something going on right now. And just to show you how the Father is working. What you have to understand is that the Most High controls the right-hand side and the left-hand side. When you understand that the Most High is making the left-hand side bring out information. He used the left-hand side to hide your information. And here at the end, he's using the left-hand side to bring out the information. You know, it's just an amazing thing to see, because people think that the left-hand side and right-hand side are really against each other and everything else, but the Most High is using both. The Most High is the director of this movie. And I'm going to show you a little something. I'm going to make a connection with something that one of the maps that 432 The Drop shared a couple days ago. And the movie of the Pope's Exorcist. See, the whole world thinks that, like, these, I don't know, the land masses have never changed. And the land masses looked in the past exactly like they look right now. They also want you to think that the people that are in these areas have always been in these areas. That the Irish are the people that are there now are the people that have been there the whole time. That the British have been the same British that you see now are the ones that were there the whole time. Ish was supposedly in the lands there in the so-called Middle East the whole time. The Arabs that are there today were the Arabs that were there the whole time. But history is turning all of those lies upside down. The paintings inside of these pyramids, artifacts that are being dug up, are showing a totally different people in these lands than what they are perpetrating today. People painted themselves in these pyramids and in these buildings that they are excavating and bringing out to show you who was really in these lands in the ancient times. Now, the other nations know that the land masses have changed. They know that, you know, the locations of people's homelands have changed. That's why in the scriptures it talks about, you know, it's a curse to go in and take someone else's lands. And that's all that these Gentiles have been doing, going in and taking over our lands. It was part of our cursing, and it was a part of them receiving the blessing. The blessing revolves around our lands. Now, I want to show you guys a little something, okay? It's coming from the movie The Pope's Exorcist. And if you've watched the movie, you're gonna, you know, I did a couple of videos. If you haven't, you know, watched those videos, go back and check those out. But it talks about how in 1475, this priest, the Pope's exorcist, and at that time, received a map. And this map gave the location of where the 200 fallen angels were buried. And at the end of the movie, these two priests here it was going to be their mission to go to all these different places and destroy these 200 fallen angels. But something that they did, and what you got to really pay attention to, is that they showed the map from supposedly 1475. Now, this map that's in the movie looks very similar to a map that 432 The Drop shared on his channel. The map that he showed looked like this. There was some huge landmass over on the east coast of America. And so this is supposed to be like an older map, and it kind of shows Atlantis there in the middle. But of course, they tell you that Atlantis is not real. It's all made up. And Lemuria to the left, another huge landmass right there. Okay. Now, because you have to understand that land masses have changed. There's been, people have moved, land masses have moved. There's been a lot of changes. But ultimately, the truth is going to come out. And the Most High makes the left-hand side confirm this information. Now, in the middle of the movie, they show the map really quickly. The priests are down in the basement. They find these books. They find this map. And within like a couple of seconds, they show the map really quick and take it off real fast. So, you have to actually, rent it and be able to pause the movie in order to get these pictures of what the map looked like. So again, you got this huge landmass that's on the east coast of America. Okay. Now in the movie, check this out. They kind of flip the map. But if you look here at the map, you can see they're trying to make it seem like it was an extension of South America here at the bottom. But if you look, South America is not all the way up the whole east coast of America. They're not going to show it exactly the same, but you can get the gist of it, that there was some kind of a landmass that's on right there on the east coast, going up the east coast of what is today America. You see your Gulf of Mexico. You see Mexico right there. You see Central America. You can see it kind of connecting to the landmass down there would be right now known as South America. But there's a huge landmass right there. And I'm assuming those red areas are where the 200 fallen angels were supposed to be buried or whatever else. But as you can see, the vast majority of this area in the Americas and whatever else up there, they're showing as red. So I'm assuming that would be where these fallen angels would be located. Now, why would there be so many fallen angels in the Americas, supposedly? If these lands were not inhabited, why would there be so many fallen angels, supposedly, in these areas? Now, if you go back into Jasher and Jubilees, the fallen angels, well, they were killing off a lot of Noah's children. And Noah had to go and, talk to the Most High. And I think a lot of the angels got put down. Why would they be getting put down in the lands of the Americas if the Israelites weren't here, everything happened in the so-called Middle East? Why would they have a map that was kind of showing a lot of these fallen angels in the Americas? And also, I guess that would probably be the lands of Atlantis as well. So see, they have to show us this because the Most High is using them to bring out our information. He's using them to confirm the things that we're searching for. It's a beautiful thing because the Most High puts things in our spirit. And it was crazy because the video that I shared of the drop, 432 The Drops yesterday, during the day, I had all these thoughts going through my mind, and about the Kundalini, the serpent going up the vertebrae, going from the root chakra up to the crown chakra. And it was crazy because the drop was talking about exactly the same thing. Thinking about the serpents actually being dragons. And he was talking about the same thing. Talking about the land masses over here, the Hindus, and the Hindus being over here in the Americas because it's India superior. And that's exactly what he talked about. So it's like you can just tell the spirit is heavy and is connecting us and connecting information, connecting the dots. I've had this information about these maps for a while, and I've been meaning to do a video on it, but I've had so much other information that kind of went to the back burner. But then all of a sudden I saw his map, and then it kind of, hey, hold on, I think the map over here in this movie looked exactly the same or pretty close to it, very similar. So you take a look, like I said, you take a look here, you see this huge landmass. It was Atlantis. They're not going to show you everything. And they flipped it, they kind of did a little rotation on it, and you can see this huge landmass there, going up the east coast of what you call North America now. If you look at North America right here, there's a huge landmass right there as well. And this would be supposedly a map from 1475. Now you can say, oh, that's just a movie. That's just a movie. See, the Most High makes them put truth in their movies. These people are not independent contractors on the left-hand side. They work for the Most High. So when he tells them, show this map, put this in the movie, that's exactly what they're going to do. They follow orders just like anyone else. So it's not like it's a coincidence that this map pops up in this movie. The Most High made them put it there. Most High's like, you're going to confirm what I'm showing my children. And see, only the ones that are called, just like it talks about, is the Most High loves to conceal a thing. He concealed our information. He used the left-hand side to conceal our information. The left-hand side came over here, took our books, took our information, burned information, gave us false identities. The Most High did that, and he used the left-hand side to do it. But see, they were only going to be used to, take away our knowledge and understanding for a certain amount of time. Then he's going to use them to give it back. He's using them to confirm what he's showing us in the spirit world. He makes us say certain things. He gives us knowledge and understanding, and we go out on a limb and we bring this information out. It's not coming out in other places. Very few other people are talking about these types of things. I'm not saying no one else does, but very few other people talk about the same things that we talk about. But then, when the Most High makes us bring this information out, he confirms it. He makes the left-hand side, okay, you're going to bring this out now. Now you're going to confirm this information that I gave to my children. Same thing here. Brother, the drop right here showed this map right here. And then he made them put it in a movie, and he's going to make his people go to the movie, check it out, and he's going to make that connection. It makes a lot of sense that, hey, they got this information. They knew how things were before. There were maps. Our people had maps. They knew how the land masses were. That was something that was given to us because, remember, Enoch was taken up. He was able to look down on everything. He recorded everything. So he would have had a view from space. He would have had a view of the land masses. He could have easily shown Enoch where the fallen angels were. All that would be coming from our forefather Enoch. And then that information would be handed down from generation to generation until we fell off and the other nations got a hold of our records. And they would come out and put it in movies. Now, see, that's what they do because they'll say certain things they'll show you truth, show you information, put it in a movie so then they can fall back with it's just a movie. It's fiction. It's not real. They always got to have an out. But you got to know in the spirit that the Most High is confirming information. It isn't for everyone to get. This is esoteric information, esoteric understanding. The exoteric things will be the things that the masses will see, and the masses will think that that's all that there is. But there's always hidden meanings behind things. There's hidden meanings in everything. It's just that our people have that esoteric understanding. See, that's how they, they talk about the Druids, okay? How they accepted the Christians coming because their story was the same, okay, as the Druids. Remember, you guys have heard that before. That's how they got the Druids to accept, the Catholics coming over and bringing information because the stories were very similar. Well, see, the Druids, yes, they were very familiar with the exoteric understandings, or because they gave the whole world exoteric information. They understood the esoteric meanings that the Catholics and the Christians did not understand. So that's why they could see there's esoteric understanding in everything. So yeah, the exoteric stories are similar. Exoteric meanings, these stories and the meanings that they were given to the vast majority of people, yeah, they're going to be the same. But the other nations, the Catholics and the Christians, didn't have that esoteric understanding. And that's something that they don't write about in the books. A lot of the esoteric information wasn't written in books. It was things that was handed down, but it was handed down to people who proved their worth. Our writings were not, exoteric information. Yeah, you guys can all have that. You can all have that. You guys can all argue over the exoteric understanding and thinking that you got 100% of the truth. All the while, the people with higher knowledge have that esoteric understanding, and they're sharing more deeper understanding with each other. That's what was happening before, and see, that's what's happening even now with the Vatican. They give you the Bible, so you can just fight and argue over exoteric stories, and you think that, oh, I got the breakdown for this, and I got the breakdown for that, but all the while, the Jesuit priests and all these priests and these pastors, everything else, they know that there's much deeper understanding that the rest of the world is not getting. And they just pass that back and forth to each other. That's where you get your secret societies, and that's where you get your, your 33rd degree level masonry and this and that, because they're talking about esoteric things that the rest of the world is not privy to. So see, this map is going to go over the head of most people that watch this movie, because they're going to be concerned with the entertainment value of the movie. But see, I'm looking for deeper revelations, just like this one. As you can see, unless they're trying to say that all of a sudden South America was way up north, there's some other landmass that they knew was there before, and they put it here in this movie. If they show the red, showing you where these demons were located. So apparently there were some demons located in the Americas, and there were some over here in Atlantis as well. And if you look even up more north, there's more big islands and things like that right there. So see, they have access to these older maps. So they're not going to just let you know. They're not just going to tell you, yeah, we got these maps, and this is how things used to look like before. And they're not going to tell you that, but they will put it in a movie so they have an out. So they can say, oh yeah, well, it was just fiction. It was just all made up. And one part of, like, at the end of the movie, when they're showing, like, these different places, they covered up like part of the map. Like, they put a book on it so that you couldn't see the whole thing. Because you can hear and kind of take a look as what's going on. Got the Americas right there. You got South America over here toward, at the bottom, and you got some other huge landmass, up the coast of America. And they can say things like, so then they always have an out. Oh, well, that's not what you think it is. And like I said, I don't need your guys' interpretation. I know exactly, if you guys thought it was South America, and the way you guys show them on maps now, you would have put it like that. There's a reason why you show it like this. Because the Most High is making you confirm information that he's given to us. There's a lot of fallen angels supposedly here in the Americas. A lot of them. So I just wanted to share that information and show you how the Most High is making the other nations confirm the things that the Father is giving us. And He's making them do it every day. So we know that the Americas was India superior. The Far East. That's a great point that Brother 432 talked about the Americas being the Far East. Being China, and he showed another map where it showed America being called China. These names and these borders that they have now, that's not how things were in ancient times. Again, these people have come, these Gentiles here have come late at the end of the party. And they think it's their job to tell you how the party went when they were never even here. They were never even invited to the party. Just think of it like that. You had a party, started at 8 at night. Party went on all night. Party went on all night. And then these people show up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Weren't at the party at all. But then they're going to tell you what happened at the party all night long when they weren't even there. That's what they've been doing. That's why they have to take someone else's history or take someone else's stories about what happened at the party and make it seem like they were the ones that were there experiencing the things at the party when they were never there. They're going and giving a whole breakdown of all the things that happened at a party that they weren't invited to. And that's exactly what they're doing today with history, with religion, with breakdowns of understanding of science and math. These people didn't have any of this information before. Came late, came in the morning afterwards when everybody's hungover and drunk, and they don't remember much of what happened the night before. But these guys want to come in sober and act as if they have all the answers. But now the Most High is exposing the fact that they were never at the party. They were never invited to the party. Okay? And the ones that were throwing the party are now they're now sobering up, and they are now remembering the things that happened before these people showed up. That's why this awakening is a true revelation. It is the true fulfillment of prophecy. That's why you're seeing every day, oh, Russia's going to do this, and Ukraine's going to do that. Well, this is another red line. Prepare yourself for the end. These stores are closing. These banks are closing, because that's all fear, fear, fear. That's all they have. We're here to raise your vibration. They're here to keep your vibration low. That's where they want it. That's where they are, and that's where they want everyone else to be. But we have a high vibration. Our vibration will be high, and our vibration will bring us back to the Father. All praise to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledge it, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.